This family built their house out of a pole barn, and today we're going to get to see the full tour. We're going to get to ask some questions about how they did it, hear a little bit about what it costs, and hear what their next plans are for their next renovation. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Nancy.
And I'm Jerry, husband and wife.
Come on inside.
So tell me about what makes this entryway special.
One of the things I think that makes this entry special is it's so wide. When we built it, the contractor wanted to do about a 2-foot hallway, and we thought with the additional space on this side, we were able to put furniture and make it like a portrait wall. So we really like it. It's not cramped, it's easy to get by.
Awesome.
This is a regular size door that we bought, but then my dad came in and he actually made these doors, so they're very functional. This is our linen closet, so that works out nice. And this is designated to Chloe with all of her bathing supplies and huge boxes of bones, and it really is convenient. Another thing we like about this hallway is Jerry and I were in York, Pennsylvania, and we went to a door store, and it was an antique store, and we found these spindles and handrails, and we wanted something a little vintage when you came in, and paired with the sleekness of the metal up above. I think it's a nice contrast. So these were actually cut in half, and we had them going through a small Nissan Sentra, and they were just right in front of me and sticking out the front window. So it really is a nice memory we have of this stairway.
This space was more or less, I wanted as my space, so I said I wanted a fireplace. So that's what we did. It's very homey. Compared to our other homes we owned prior, this one is much easier to live in. It's open space, the concept, we love it.
And one of the details we did with the contractor is if you look up high, instead of having continuous stone, we made planks, and then we're able to hang things, and it just gives a little, it isn't as continuous with the stone going up, and it breaks it up a little bit.
Nice. Let's go into the kitchen.
Starting off, this is an 11-foot island, so it's great. We just had a party last night with about 20 people, and all of the food fit, and it's really convenient. Also, the cabinets, this was a really big kitchen, and so we actually bought them used from Green Demolition, New Jersey, and they were great to work with. Everything was included. We actually have pieces of the kitchen scattered throughout the house. We have a pantry in the new room that we just put on, and we have a desk in the back, and so the kitchen that it came out of was enormous. So we ended up getting the stove with that, a copper hood, and the contractor really did a good job with putting it all together. We're really happy with it.
Awesome.
Also included in the price of the kitchen was a 4-foot farm sink, everyone loves it, and a trash compactor. Although we don't compact our trash, we do have Chloe's food in there, so that's great. And it's nice just looking out. This is really handy for big pots and huge Sunday meals that we make.
I'm not a barista, but I used to have a coffee service. So we kind of designated this for the coffee area. There's a sink there, an extra sink. And yeah, it works out great. Like Nancy said, we had a party last night, and we set up all the coffee stuff here and different condiments for your coffee.
And come on into our newest room. This room is great because as you could see when you came around the corner, it was kind of a pass-through room, the living room we had, and we wanted something for the whole family to gather. And so we ended up taking part of the garage. And because this is a pole barn, it is on 8-foot studs. So what we had to do was we had to choose, so we had to make it this big. They made the wall here, and on the other side of this is a garage. We still have a pretty nice sized garage. Jerry did some of the work. He milled all of the wood. They're recycled doors. And we bought a window on Facebook, the 2 windows. So we really like how it came out.
So we chose to get a electric unit that's both heating and cooling. Surprisingly, the home stays pretty cool in the summertime. We very rarely have to even engage the air conditioning. We didn't go through a winter yet. We're anticipating the heat for this room because it does have 16-foot ceilings. Yeah, we love the light that streams through the windows, and the outdoors we could see. It's really nice. Here's where I do my devos in the morning.
So we needed a fence right away to have a secure spot for Chloe because we are in the woods. The bank is right here, so we really had limited to space to work with, but we always wanted a postage size piece of lawn. So this is great for cornhole, and the kids come out and play. And so it's not a lot of lawn, but it is a pretty nice backyard. Recently I had about 55 ladies back here, and it was nice, just the right size for us, and it looks really nice at night with all of the lights and the fire going.
When we first moved in, this back here was all slopey, and as you can see, there's a drainage ditch which comes down from the mountain. When it rains hard, we really need a drainage area, so the water comes down this way, stays away from the home. But I had to come back here and I had to level this. My mason put in 20 by 20 patio. We have a fire pit here, which is run off the same propane tank that feeds the home. We have a 1,000-gallon propane tank. We split off where we do our grill, so there's no hassle of having 25-gallon tanks around, 20-gallon propane tanks. So my son and I put this fence up here. We really enjoy this space.
So let's talk about cost and what people can sort of expect to make something happen like this for themselves. So what did the process look like for you guys? And what are some of the beginner steps? And then what are some of your tips for people that want to do this too?
This was an existing building, so we had a lot of additional expense with jackhammering the floors, getting in plumbing and the water. So if you do this from scratch, you have that all in place. So we had to do a lot of prep work before we started. We had one gentleman help us, one contractor. He was here for 10 months. We weren't in any hurry to move. I was the general manager. I would stay ahead of him. So I would be scheduling. There are certain things he didn't want to do. He didn't want to do the insulation, so I had to get the insulation team. And although he was here to talk to them, I was able to set all of that up. Also, supplies. I mean, Jerry and I would be shopping. It was just like a work in progress. We were able to come into the place and kind of have a feel for it, and even pick up furniture when we were out. So I got the piece behind you at the thrift store.
I would say with the real estate and the barn construction and so forth, I truly think it's more economical to do this than build your standard home.
We have another pole barn up the road, and so that was $42,000, and then you have to look at the cost of the concrete, which was another $15,000. So just the shell of your home, if you want that big, you know, this is a big pole barn, would be right at $55,000 to $60,000.
Then when you do all the woodwork and so forth, whatever your style is, you're probably going to talk about another $85,000 to $120,000.
Around here is going to be an Airbnb, right?
It is. We're in the process. We're going to rent it. It's a bedroom, a closet, a nice size bathroom, and a kitchen living room combo. So it has its own entryway, and so it could be quote unquote a mother-in-law suite. And so we're looking forward to opening our home to visitors. I can't wait to get started.
If you want to see Nancy and Jerry's finished Airbnb, I'll be making a part 2 of this house tour where I'll also show you the primary bedroom and the additional second floor bedroom. But first, I'll give you a sneak peek of this gorgeous bathroom up here that has a standalone soaking tub and a beautiful shower with double glass sliding doors. The interior design in here is just absolutely stunning, but you also have a lot of convenient functional features in here, like automatic blinds that close with the push of a button, and that gives you access to this nice view that you have outside and also the ability to get privacy. Nancy and Jerry started this journey by purchasing 72 acres on this mountain here, and this land has some pretty amazing features as well, including a trail that takes you up to the top of the mountain for stunning views, which you can either go up hiking or on four-wheelers, which I can also show you in part 2. I think the biggest takeaway here is that creating an incredible home that you love doesn't have to be millions of dollars if you're creative and flexible. Also, Nancy and Jerry are going back and forth about what to do with their second pole barn here, and they need your ideas. Comment what you think they should turn it into, and don't forget to subscribe so that I can meet you at part 2. See you soon!